What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and today we got a good one for you. YNW Bortlen has just been offered what I think is the deal of a lifetime. Real quick, before we get into the plea deal, let's recap the case and then we'll go into the courtroom and hear this amazing plea deal. So back in 2018, two members of YNW crew, YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie, were both killed in a Jeep in which the prosecution states that YNW Melly was a shooter and YNW Bortlen helped by driving the car around to make it look like a drive-by while YNW Melly shot at the car, and then he drove them to the hospital with the story of, me and my homeboys just been ambushed in a drive-by and they both were killed. Now, in 2019, YNW Melly was arrested and booked on double first-degree murder charges. His first trial ended in a mistrial in 2013. He's now been set to be retried in 2027. Now, here's where it gets good. The reason why this is taking so long is because the state's case is kind of flimsy. Not gonna lie to you. And the deal that they are offering him could literally flip the case on his head. Why? Because there was only 4 people in that Jeep. 2 of them are dead, so the only 2 people left is YNW Melly and YNW Bortlen. Now let's go inside the courtroom and listen to the judge break the plea deal down to YNW Bortlen. And the reason why he's doing this because oftentimes when defendants lose, a trial, they'll come back and say, oh, I didn't know I could have got this deal. My lawyer didn't tell me. And if I would have known, I would have took the deal. So the judge is like, if you take this to trial, in one of these 2 cases that you got that total, I think 7 charges, if you get convicted on one of these charges, you cannot come back and say, oh, I didn't know I was offered this deal. So let's go in the courtroom, let's take a look at the deal, and then we'll talk about it after.
So right now, as to all the charges that you're facing, the maximum possible penalties are as follows. It's life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Do you understand the charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? Okay. So, Mr. Henry, the state is telling me that they're extending an offer to you, and the offer is as follows. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, they're going to null process or drop counts 1 and 2, both first-degree murder charges. Okay. And in exchange for that, as to counts 3 and 4, in that case, the accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree, you're going to plead no contest to both of those. And as to the 4 counts in case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 of those counts. And in exchange for all of that, the state is offering that I would adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to the bottom of your sentencing guidelines, which is 195.45 months, about 16, it's a shade over 16 years and 3 months, 16 years and 3 months. All of those sentences will run concurrently, that is at the same time with each other. I would give you credit for all the time that you have served, understanding that you have a lot less credit time on the 23 case because it's a newer case. So that is what would be controlling. Whatever credit time you have on the 23 case, you can subtract that from the 100 and... Oh, okay. Well, whichever case you have more time, less time in custody, that's what would happen. And you get the credit for all the time that you've served. And again, that sentence would be 16 years, a shade over 16 years, 3 months in Florida State Prison.
All right, so there we have it. 5 life sentences plus 75 years. Now, not all of those life sentences all carry the mandatory life sentence. Only a couple of them that are mandatory, but he could face up to life. And in Florida, oh, you don't want to go to jail in Florida. Don't nobody want to go to jail in Florida. When they give you the mandatory life sentences, buddy, that's where you're going to die. Here's what this deal tells me. Oh, they want YNW Melly's ass bad. Now, I know there's been a lot of talk about snitching in the hip hop community, especially in the light of these young thug jail phone calls being dropped like Jordan sneaker releases. They dropping them every hour too, especially after he did all this talking about Woody, Gunna, Rollo, all of these people he pointed and called rats and all this stuff, and he been in there yapping the whole time. So let me ask you this though, in the case of YNW Melly, does he deserve loyalty? I mean, think about it. You shot your friends, one of them in the back of the head. Why should anyone be loyal to you? There is no honor amongst thieves. You know what I do.
I'm talking!
So here's what I want you to do. In the comments, I want you to tell me, A, would you tell? And B, do you think he's gonna tell? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.